Disclaimer, we are not professionals. We are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and enjoy the video.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another VV Vision video. You guys have been killing it with the likes, the subscribes, the comments, and all that jazz. Seriously, guys, thank you for everybody out there supporting this channel, and especially the Patreon members. The Patreon members have a giveaway coming up on Wednesday, the Cogsworth and Lumiere golden moment we're going to be giving away. So let's just hop right into everything you need to know about VV. We're going to be talking about Darth Vader and all that jazz as well. But first, we're starting with this, which is Bravos Assassin. Shout out to you for tweeting this. We retweeted and liked it, of course. But if you see right here, you can see 7,400 new wallets added to VV in the month of May. Super good. And the thing that stood out to me the most was right here. We see 24 new wallets are holding 1,000 to 2,000 collectibles. So that's less, that's about 0.5%. I mean, we're seeing more people purchasing things, and especially with these low prices. I mean, how could you not be accumulating right now? Speaking of accumulating, I ended up picking 3 ultra rares up on the aftermarket yesterday. Let's go. Super hyped to see that. The ultra rare animated is looking crispy, guys. This is one of my favorite collectibles on the app. If you look at it for market cap wise, you can see it's ranked about sixth in the market. So that's going to be excluding the secret rare No Time to Die Aston Martin and excluding Donnie, because those are obviously kind of a niche audience, and I don't think we can be counting those for total market caps. But if you are counting them, I guess it'd be 8th. And next we have the uncommon and common. So the uncommon is sitting at 130 and the common is sitting at basically 110. I was predicting 140 and 130 for these, so just tad under. And then the ultra rare I was predicting 1,750 to 1,350. So that is just at the top of the price predictions for that one. I'm thinking over the next couple days or couple weeks, I think we will see a steady increase. I can't see this going back below 1,200. If it goes back below there, I'd say that would be a buy, unless something ridiculous ends up dropping. But I don't think we're going to see anything ridiculous until maybe the end of the month. We do see the Jurassic Park coming up here on June, so that will be cool, and I'm excited. I don't think it's anything that's going to be competing with the first Darth Vader on the blockchain, though. Next, we have these Avenger Comics that just dropped. Sorry, guys, I didn't cover these yesterday. 30,000 editions. Very nice in the real world. We can see it came out in 1964, and Go Collect marks this as a key issue. So that's pretty interesting. We can go down here and see 9.6 is sitting at $29,000 in the real world if you're trying to purchase one. And there's been 16 sales. There's actually a decent amount of sales for these. $19,500 for the 9.2, 26 sales, $12,000 for the 9.0, 35 sales. So I think this is a good comic to pick up. I saw them going for around 9 gems right now in the market, which is about an hour and 20 minutes after drop. Now let's get into all the crazy lingo that people on VV have created and all the whole community around this. There's some crazy words in here that a lot of people don't understand. So let's get right into it. Shout out to Takashi Young for posting this. VEVEPEDIA. And if you want to check it out, VEVEPEDIA, VEVEPEDIA.com. First is a line gate. I'm guessing almost everybody knows this unless you're new to VV. And you're going to want to be clicking a certain spot, which I'll show you guys right on the screen right now. You're going to want to be clicking that specific spot during blind boxes, so your finger automatically hits the buy now button once the timer runs out. But definitely keep that one in mind, because that is very important if you guys are new to VV. All-time high is abbreviated ATH, also all-time low ATL. That's pretty obvious. Amazing Spider-Man. This one always tricked me at the beginning. Amazing Spider-Man is ASM. So for all the comic book lovers out there, ASM is Amazing Spider-Man. Ask me anything, AMA. So AMA is usually by the VV community. Once a month, they should be putting out community updates and AMAs. So that's basically just saying you can ask them anything about VV and they should answer. They don't always get to every question, but that's pretty much a basic understanding of it. Blind box is when you click, it say comics. Every comic is blind box. You click them and you will be getting a random rarity. So common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, or secret rare. So that's basically just saying it's like kind of like a lottery. And then blue chip is one of the most significant, desirable, and expensive collectibles on the VV app. I like that little definition of it. But yeah, it's basically just saying this is going to be one that should last very well long term. So that just gives some quick idea of that. Bot usually gain advantage on drops in the marketplace. So basically, I mean, I think most people know what a bot is, just like something that'll get you drops illegally pretty much. Con exclusive is the CE abbreviation, and that's basically another tag. Instead of like first appearance, first edition, it'll say con exclusive, which just means it came out at a event, like a con event. Delivery, the delivery process on VV, when you mint an NFT, it usually takes like 30 minutes to, or it can deliver right away, but it can take up to like 2 hours, even 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes. So there is a delivery process on NFTs. It's a little weird. I mean, they do it because they don't want to mint products that aren't going to be bought. So I mean, everything right now is getting bought instantly, but in the future, I think it is smart to keep it how it is and have a delivery system. Maybe they could speed it up and add 2 things that can mint it, because it does seem a little slow. And I think they will increase it in the future. We have Designer Con, so DCon, which is another kind of con exclusive type of thing. It's just an event. Diamond Hands is when you're holding your NFTs and you're not going to be selling them no matter what the price is. Donnie is a cute little unicorn looking thing, which is in Powerpuff Girls, and he's the first Powerpuff Girls series and the most limited collectible you can buy in the Veve app for season 1. So that is pretty cool. I like that it's most limited for season 1. I do not have one. They're going for like 70 to 100K probably. And I don't think there's a ton of sales, but it's just like a little flex item right now. A Veve drop is just when a new collectible or comic is added to the app. And obviously it has a countdown timer, all the fun stuff. You guys probably know what a Veve drop is. That's what everybody probably knows Veve as. But Ecomi is actually the company that made Veve. So Ecomi owns Veve, which also Ecomi owns Omi, which is the cryptocurrency that runs behind Veve and Ecomi. And Ecomi is going to come out with these cards, which we'll be covering in like probably a few months, hopefully, fingers crossed. But as of now, I don't think we really need to go too much in depth about it, except for the fact that it's a parent company. FF, that is the abbreviation for Fantastic Four Comics. So that's another comic book lover's term. Fear of missing out, FOMO. So that's basically once a collectible starts going up, the FOMO kicks in, which is the fear of missing out. And then a lot of people want to jump on and start buying while the price is getting higher and higher, because you think, what if I get to the point where I can never afford this and it gets too high or out of reach? So that's when FOMO kicks in, and then you usually end up making some bad decisions. FUD is fear, uncertainty, doubt. That's when people just start talking, oh, Veve's going to 0. FA is first appearance on the blockchain. FE is first edition on the blockchain. Flipping is just when you buy something, sell it for hopefully more profit. Floor is the floor price, the very cheapest you can buy a collectible. Gem is the in-app currency. Gem squeeze is when everybody's trying to get gems and a big drop's happening. So when Darth Vader came, people started selling off, and there was a gem squeeze because they needed to raise the funds or raise the gems to buy the Darth Vader. Go Chain is what Omi used to run on, and now it runs on Immutable X. So big upgrade right there. Golden Moments, sometimes abbreviated GM, which is also sometimes Good Morning. So sometimes it's kind of confusing, Good Morning or Golden Moments. Usually if we're talking about a Veve collectible and they say GM, it's Golden Moments. Next, we have Grail, which is one of the most significant things on the app, which could definitely, Darth Vader could fit in that category for sure. In my personal opinion, he does. And things like Walt and Secret Rare Spider-Man, stuff like that fits into that Grail category. We have HODL, which means basically you're just holding for long term. Mutable X is a different type of exchange that holds NFTs. KYC, so this is a big one coming up. So KYC is know your customer. This is where you're going to have to put in your social security number, your address, your name, probably your phone number, something like that. So it can basically have the anti-money laundering laws, and it'll get closer to that MTL. So we'll get into MTL, I'm guessing too. Lenticular card, that's just a type of collectible they drop where you can move it and it'll change a little bit. Loss is an L. So if you're taking L's, you're taking losses. You don't want to be taking L's. Low mint, people will be paying more money for the low mint. So typically below 100 for sure. And typically under 1,000 usually is a premium as well. But under 100, you could see for maybe 2 to 5 times the price of the floor price if you're buying a low mint. MCP is a master collectors program, which is going to be a new thing coming out hopefully in the next couple of months. And it'll basically reward people for holding collectibles. Like if you hold a secret rare, you'll be getting 5 points or 6 points, whatever it is. And then over time, you're going to be able to use those points to spend it on drops to secure a spot no matter what. So like say, oh, I really want the Darth Vader. I can spend those points and have a reserved spot to go for the Darth Vader on drop. You can also spend it on showroom accessories and a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of like a battle pass on Fortnite, if you guys know what that is. Mint number is the number assigned to every collectible, and people will be paying more money for cooler mint numbers, because if you see a mint number 400 and a mint number 1372, I think more people would rather have the clean mint number, which would be 400. And so because of that, people will be willing to pay more of a premium on it. MTL, so this is money transmitter license. This is when we can finally cash out of the Veve app. This is when a lot more people are going to be coming in, and They said it's going to be coming at the end of Q2, so that's very, very close. Omi is a cryptocurrency that runs behind Veve. It is not on any super popular exchanges right now. It's not on Coinbase, not on Robinhood, not on Webull, not on a bunch of other things. It's kind of hard to get right now, but once it comes out, there's going to be an Omi utility program where you're actually going to be able to stake your Omi tokens for hopefully collectibles, different features in the app, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Paper hands usually refers to when the collectible starts going down and then you sell it at too low of a price, and then sometimes usually it ends up just going back up, and then people say, oh, you paper hands it. Poolside is basically when you start to buy a collectible that nobody really likes, and then nobody ends up wanting to buy it, so it kind of backfires on you and you get stuck holding a bunch of collectibles that nobody really likes. Pump is when the collectibles price starts going up. The ultra rare Risso is the first ever ultra rare on the app, and that's part of the first set, which is the Batman's. I mean, he's super cool. Very limited, 1,750. I'm surprised he has his own little spot in the VEVEPEDIA. That's kind of cool though. The secondary market is just the market after the drop happens, and you can start selling on the secondary market. That's what the secondary market is. Sell wall is when somebody puts on a bunch of different collectibles or a bunch of the same collectibles all at the same price, just waiting for people to either list lower than them or just hopefully clearing out. Usually it's kind of a way to manipulate the price. Yeah, I don't really know why people do it, honestly. I don't think it's super effective, but maybe it is. I've never actually done it. Hashtag soon never comes, guys. Just kidding. It's a phrase used by the VV team when talking about timelines for upcoming product features. So they say soon because they don't want to say, oh, it's coming in 2 weeks, because then if something comes up and it doesn't come in 2 weeks, and everyone's like, oh, you said it was coming in 2 weeks. So in the past, I've used hashtag soon or it's coming soon. So that's basically a big one, actually. But Steamboat Willie is abbreviated SBW. A lot of people don't know this. It took me a while to get this because I was always forgetting it. The SBW means Steamboat Willie. TODD is the first ever Batman NFT, first ever DC NFT, and first ever VV NFT ever minted on the blockchain. Undercuttings, just when you're listing for a cheaper price than other people. The VVverse is basically the metaverse for VV collectibles. You're gonna be able to either play with your collectibles, interact with them, place them in your house in whatever the VVverse is, play different games, go to different worlds like Disney World in the metaverse, Marvel universe in the metaverse or in the VVverse. So it's kind of speculation at the moment, but basically it's just the metaverse for VV. Walt is the highest market cap item on the whole entire app, which is the partner statue. You guys can see it right here. It is sitting at $9,000, 4,333. It's part of the first ever Disney drop, and it's the first appearance of Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney on the blockchain. So I think that's probably why it's sitting at the #1 spot. When is basically just saying like, when is this going to come? WEN is kind of like the joke about it. If you're a whale, you basically just have a ton of collectibles. And lastly, I wanted to pick out the #1 thing that was pulled up, which is from Dan. He said, follow for foul equals, I'm too lazy to create a cool showroom with my collectibles, share some VV advice, support the community, or comment on the latest VV news. So I'm going to beg people to follow me instead. Well said, Dan. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, please let me know by subscribing down below and commenting your thoughts on the Darth Vader in the market, because I think he could be climbing over the next couple weeks. We'll have to see what ends up happening. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. This is VV Vision, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Let's go, Omi homies. Let's go, homie.